Just so you know, I've been a little sick the last few days, but I'm a professional. That's why I'm wearing this Indiana Jones and Carbonite t-shirt. So, that's not working. Alright. Sorry. Yeah, hi, how are you doing? I'm Mark Rosenthal. Nice to meet you guys. I'm an urban white male, ages 18 to 35, which means I think that makes me the most qualified person in here to talk about issues of race. Sorry, least qualified, I'm sorry. I don't read that, bad handwriting. Anyways, before we continue, I want to let you guys know that I'm not an intelligent person. I'm not a smart person. You won't learn anything today. In this 5 to 7 minutes, you won't have any epiphanies. And if you do, God help you. That means you just found out there's a song called Africa by Toto. Man, we'll get there. Tonight, at this moment, we are discussing Zora Neale Hurston, the linguist, folklorist, anthropologist, key member of the Harlem Renaissance, chronicler of voodoo practices, and probably most importantly, the subject of a TV movie produced by Oprah. So, very important stuff. My introduction to Zora Neale Hurston was actually a lot like Cynthia's. It was in high school, back in the late 90s, my junior year of high school. We read Their Eyes Were Watching God, and by what a coincidence, Zora Neale Hurston. And as is customary in most English classes, we had to read the book out loud. Now, I was in a performing arts program in our high school, which means that anytime anything needed to be read out loud, it was a fight to the death to get to read out loud. It was basically just became like the line to audition for American Idol. Like everyone's shitty to each other. Everyone's way more confident than they have any right to be. 99% of the people won't get to read out loud. And the 1% of people that do get to read out loud are only there for pity and or to be laughed at. So anyways, by the way, if you have not read Their Eyes Were Watching God, I recommend you do so immediately. Like now? I'll give you guys a second. You guys done yet? You need another minute? I'll give you one. It's not that long. Oh shit, guys. You know the new title of the new Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi? That's done. Fucking thanks, Reddit. Anyways, so Their Eyes Were Watching God. It's day one. And I somehow managed to get the honor to read out loud first. Probably because of my stellar a cappella version of Africa by Toto. It's a real song. I told you we did that. And now here's the thing. I'd never heard of this book. I'd never read the book. I didn't know anything about it going in. I was 17 years old at the time. The only books I read at that time were Hunter S. Thompson books because I was a fucking adult, man. I was cool. I wasn't your square other books, man. I only wanted the dope. So anyways, if you haven't read the book, and I know you just did read the book, like you real lot of time, a lot of the book is written in dialect and colloquialisms, which I did not know and wish I had known going into it. So I began reading the book out loud in class. It went kind of along these lines. Seeing the woman as she was made them remember the envy that they had stored up from other times. So they chewed up the back parts of their minds and swallowed with relish. They made burning statements with questions and killing tools out of laughs. It was mass cruelty, a mood come alive. What's she doing come back here in them overhauls? And there was every single molecule of air sucked out. Right? It was like in any movie you would see about space where a ship blows up and all of a sudden just all the air goes and there's silence. That's what happened in the room. And here's the thing: is like I've never read this book before, and like I'm reading it, and I start to panic. I start to sweat, and not flop sweat, not bucket of sweat. I'm talking full Niagara Falls, and not the shitty American side, the cool Canadian side. Yeah, with the Ripley's, believe it or not, the Hershey store there. But I just started sweating, and immediately I realized, holy shit, like I can't read this book out loud. Like I am the whitest of white white people. This class is all white people. The teacher is white. Everybody is white. And like this whole book is written in this southern dialect that, like, by me saying it out loud or anyone else saying it out loud, sound like mammy speak. Like it's like shitty Al Jolson bullshit speak. And like the teacher tried, I gave up. I couldn't read it out loud because I just felt really terrible. I felt awful reading it. So I handed the book back to the teacher. I was like, I can't do this. So she tried reading it, and it became very apparent that the 17-year-old, not mature, shitty high school kids that we were could not handle this. So it was we would take the book home and we would read it on our own. So I brought this book home and I finished it in one night. Not because it's only 231 pages. But because it is amazing. It is a fantastic book about a woman trying to find her identity and freedom and to live up to the hopes and dreams of her former slave grandmother, and failing, oftentimes failing, going from the terrible marriages, beatings, and whippings, and a murder trial, which she gets off, and it's not till the very, very end that finally, as an old woman, she finds the freedom that she had, which was simply just to have her own business and sit on the front and just be able to talk like everybody else. And for me, like I was a 17-year-old white kid from the suburbs. I can't relate to that, 1900s Florida. I just don't get it. At the time, I just didn't understand. But one thing I did take from this book was that it really inspired me in just a sense that I didn't know you could write books that way. I didn't know that you could write in a dialect mixed with prose and have a book that didn't necessarily have a happy ending and didn't necessarily conform to whatever bullshit, like, I don't know, American whatever. Again, I'm very sick, I'm sorry. But the point is, like, I finished reading that book so quickly, and I read it several times afterwards, and it really inspired me just as a writer to know that I could, you can build characters not just by saying, it's this person's name, now he's the words that I want to say. The characters can speak for themselves in any kind of language or dialect they want. It really had a very profound influence on me as a writer, and so from that day forth, I really became more of a writer. And really just started writing lots, and look where it's gotten me. I'm a 34-year-old comedian doing a free show up of a bar. Fucking hate it. One last little thing I want to share with you is the next book we read in that class was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We had an instructor who was brought in who was a so-called expert in this book, and he was convinced that every single thing in the book was about dicks. Dicks pretending to be crazy, dicks standing up to evil dick nurses, dicks smothering other dicks with dicks falling out of a window and running off into the night. The night is a dick. And I tell you this not because it relates to anything I said before, it doesn't. I'm telling you this as a public service announcement. There is a dick-obsessed man out there teaching your children. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much.